Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book The Mother, Part 2, Letters on the Mother by Our Lord. Chapter 10, The Mother's Help in Difficulties, page 332. Topic, The Mother's Constant Help. Sri Aurobindo says, the mother's help is always there, but you are not conscious of it except when the psychic is active and the consciousness not clouded. The coming of suggestions is not a proof that the help is not there. Suggestions come to all, even to the greatest sadhaks or to the avatars, as they came to Buddha or Christ. Obstacles are there. They are part of nature and they have to be overcome. What has to be attained is not to accept the suggestions, not to admit them as the truth or as one's own thoughts, to see them for what they are and keep oneself separate. Obstacles have to be looked at as something wrong in the machinery of human nature which has to be changed. They should not be regarded as sins or wrongdoings which make one despair of oneself and of the sadhana. Question. Today, while engaged in work, I felt a peaceful energy and something like ice touching my head. Then the knowledge came to me with a strong feeling and vision that though the mother is not physically near us, she is always present near and around us and is constantly removing all kinds of difficulties with the touch of her affectionate hand. Was this a vision or realization? Through what consciousness did it come to me? For this question, Sri Aurobindo answers, it is a realization attended with vision and feeling. It is psychic and mental together that produced it. Date 11th June 1933. Next topic, straightforwardness and the mother's help. Sri Aurobindo says, those who are not straightforward cannot profit by the mother's help, for they themselves turn it away. Unless they change, they cannot hope for the descent of the supramental light and truth into the lower vital and physical nature. They remain stuck in their own self-created mud and cannot progress. November 1928. Next topic, change of the vital with the mother's help. Sri Aurobindo says, the mother's help is always there for those who are willing to receive it. But you must be conscious of your vital nature, and the vital nature must consent to change. It is of no use merely observing that it is unwilling and that when thwarted, it creates depression in you. Always the vital nature is not at first willing, and always when it is thwarted or asked to change, it creates this depression by its revolt or refusal of consent. You have to insist till it recognizes the truth and is willing to be transformed and to accept the mother's help and grace. If the mind is sincere and the psychic aspiration complete and true, the vital can always be made to change. Date 15th July 1932. Sri Aurobindo continues to say, it is this idea that you are helpless, because the vital consents to the wrong movement that comes in the way. You have to put your inner will and the mother's light on the vital so that it shall change, not leave it to do what it likes. If one is to be helpless and moved by any part of the instrumental being, how is the change possible? The mother's force or the psychic can act, but on condition that the assent of the being is there. If the vital is left to do what it likes, it will always go after its old habits. It has to be made to feel that it must change. What is still restless in the vital has to quiet down for the peace of mind to be even and constant. It has to be controlled, but only control will not be enough. The mother's power has to be called always. Date 10th April 1934. Put the mother's notice henceforth at the door of your vital being. No falsehood hereafter shall ever enter here, and station a sentry there to see that it is put into execution. Date 18th May 1933. The mother cannot tell you to go, says Sri Aurobindo. The mother cannot tell you to go because there is no true cause why you should go, and it would be very bad for you to do so, as well as bad for the work and everything else. The reasons for your not giving up the work are just the same as before and not in the least changed by anything that has happened. Jealousy is no doubt a great defect of the nature, but many here have it. Almost everyone has some serious defect in his nature which stands in his way and gives trouble. But it is not a remedy for this to give up the work and sadhana and abandon the mother. You have to go on working and doing the sadhana with the mother's aid behind you until this and all other obstacles are got rid of. We have told you already that these things cannot be got rid of in a day, but you have to persevere and rely on the mother. They will yet disappear. Do not allow an adverse force to mislead you. Reject all depression and go straight forward till you reach the goal. Date 17th July 1935. We are very glad to hear that you are better and that X has helped you out of the crisis. Surely this jealousy must go and no trace of it remain. Do not doubt that the mother's love is and will be always with you. Trust in her grace, and all this will go out of you and leave you the true child of the mother in which your mind and heart you always are. Date 18th July 1935. Mother has no wish to abandon you, and it has never been ever will that you should go away from her. You must put yourself in harmony with her will, and then all will go right. Her love will guide you, and her protection will be effective. Rest until you are well. Do not be in a hurry to go to work before you have recovered your strength. Date 19th July 1935.